Well, greetings all. B3 Burner here. Welcome to another edition of BeamNG as we continue to chronicle my progress. So we were talking about East Coast USA Derby arenas and Hirochi Raceway. So we're going to go back through them, and everything that I discussed in depth last time around, we're going to go through it again, and all the places where I said, look, there's been changes and this is where they're going to be, we're going to go through those. Let's go to the East Coast map. We are in version 17 still. Let's go over to version 17 East Coast USA gas station parking lot. The gas station is where we started, so it stands to reason compare the new changes. Okay then, so let's back out and let's kill the sound of the truck so we can have a look around. A lot of things have changed, so let's detach the camera, have ourselves a look around. The first thing you'll notice, or I'm going to point out to you, is you had a default 65 degree or 80 degree field of view, which is sort of widely spread out. We can now, with the plus or minus keys, bring this down. See field of view 56.2. This was one of my big suggestions to the developers, and I am so happy and so grateful, and I thank them all that they were able to finally take care of this. 45 degrees I consider to be fairly close to normal, and so 44.9 will be sufficient. And the gas station, you'll see, is completely different. It is now 3 islands wide instead of 2. The canopy for the gas station is still red, but you can see that the price sign is completely different, and they have put in a cement curb with sort of planter boxes with trees in them instead of a dirt gully. They have added road signs and speed limit signs to make it look a little bit more sophisticated. Our convenience store is a little bit more clearly denoted as a convenience store. We got an ice machine. Feel the ice, and we come over here and we got a propane tank. You can buy your propane if you're going to go camping, but the most obvious change or important change of all is the blue roof building, which is the auto repair center. Remember when I said there were about 20 parking spots smack dab in the middle and they would be filled in? Well, I lied a little bit. I said they would be filled in. They wouldn't be completely filled in, but this area is no longer for parking because the people that work on cars need to be able to move things in and out very quickly. So we do still have some parking spots, but very limited. And that's it. This is a busy working area. No time for just sitting around and parking. So let's take a closer look at the service bays and see what kind of services they do. We work on, or they work on, exhaust, batteries, and you can't park in front of the bay doors anytime. Maintenance, well, what would be maintenance? All that could be maintenance. I guess general maintenance, oil changes and what have you. There's the office. Office, very important. That's where you pay your money. The electric meters, they've gotten really realistic with their props, I guess. Brakes, oil change, and tires. And look, there's all the new tires if you need them. Let's take a closer look at the fuel pumps. 93 octane. Maybe in Maine, not in California. We have 87, 89, and 91. And they have diesel slot to put your credit card and get your receipt out, and the keypad, I presume. My only complaint about this is there's plenty of room to have another fuel pump on this side of the island, and yet they didn't put it. Well, look at this. The texture guys who work the development team and the paint department have worked overtime, really capturing the essence of the textures, the rust, the simulation of a metal canopied roof collecting water and rusting or leaving rust marks over time. I like that. Very ingenious. And we have a new name for the gas station. It is Nodoline, a play on words of gasoline versus beam and node physics. So they managed to get the name of the game, or the essence of the name of the game, into the name of the gas station. I like that. Now let's take a look at the price sign. The other one was really rather generic looking, and this one looks more rural and rustic, which I think is more appropriate for rural Maine. I like the texturing in the sign. I think they're trying to make this look like it's wood, with the wood grain, like they painted over wood and it's starting to fade. This is supposed to be metal, I think, and they did a good job of simulating rust and metallic pitting in this sign. It's like these guys don't miss a trick. I'm very impressed. Now what I want to do is get inside our pickup truck. Not too different from the presentation that I did last time. I want the presentation to be similar. The only thing I want different is obviously the version. There we go. Okay, first thing I want to show you. Remember those bridges I was talking about with the cross slats? And I said they were going to turn them to long slats. Do you now see what I'm talking about? Let's step outside and have a look. And it'll be more obvious when we step outside. The slats don't run from left to right. They run lengthwise. And I think somewhere along the line the developers decided that was more accurate. I'll tell you the other thing that's kind of neat. Watch this. You can see through them. And if you can see through them on the downside, you can actually watch vehicles drive over the bridge through the slats. Hey, you know what? I think that's kind of cool. And that's not the only bridge. There should be another bridge here. Yeah, here we go. Third bridge downriver, I think. Yep. See? Lengthwise. Oh, look at that. Remember I said the last time that it had lengthwise slats for the wheels but cross slats for everything else? Look what they did. Yeah, look what they did here. They made everything lengthwise. And it looks like they elevated. Check this out. They gave a little ramp for the, it's a cement reinforced and a little wood ramp where the wheels go, but also there's a little drop or a dip between the two wood surfaces. So another example of where there's a difference. Remember, there used to be a rock barrier there, and they took it away. They got rid of it and made it more gentle slope dirt hills. Here we go. There's the far north bridge, fully long slotted, and it looks like it might be easier to, assuming I don't hit anything. Here it is. I didn't know it was this close. Is this really West Bridge? I don't remember it being this close to the turnoff to the gas station. Really? What's... Oh. I'm moving. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Okay. Yeah, that's West Bridge, all right. Well, as you can see, it's all long slats. Okay, Route 2 southbound. Here we go. 40 miles an hour. Continue straight. And this will take me to 4th Bridge. There we go. And that's what I wanted to show you. Park. They've really improved a lot of things. The physics of the game. The bumps, the scrapes. Everything just feels a little bit more realistic. You know what? And this isn't right. I'm trying to... Oh dear. Oh, I guess I drove through that ravine. They put route numbers on here. Look, see, this is Route 2. Makes it a little more realistic when they actually identify these things by name and number and what have you. Remember I talked about spray and the waterfall? Yeah, I talked about the waterfall, and look what they did. Oh yeah, that's magical. I mean, I feel like I'm getting wet just looking at that thing. It's really nice. I told you, I'm not kidding. I said they spent a lot of time on this, and truth be told, that is exactly the case. They put telephone poles, they added guardrails. Camera detach. We hit Shift C to detach the camera, or I have a button on my joystick which also detaches the camera, and that's how I'm able to go down here and get underwater, and that's really kind of neat. I like that. Look at the attention to detail with the lighting. You can even see the sun shining through the slats and casting splotches of sunlight onto the riverbank. That attention to detail with texturing and lighting just, to me, really sets this game apart from some of the others, and what I really enjoy about it. This is not just simulating racing, but it's simulating appearances and structuring and texturing and how things would look in real life. I like it. They do a really good job. And now we're going to go around town. I just want to show you some other areas. Let's have fun with this map. Oh, whoa. That's right. That's what I want to do. Oh. Okay. Hey, we're a pickup truck. We can handle this. My favorite red mansion's up here still. Double bus stop signs. See if they change the red mansion any. Nope. All approaches look about the same, except that past the driveway, I think they give you a getaway. Ooh, yes. Boom. Okay, and now we're on Route 1. This will take us to the town. Remember when I was trying to guess where they were going to put the beach town, the coast town, and I said, you know what, I'm not sure, but I think it's going to be somewhere along here and where the island is. Well, this is the same island, and as you can see, this is where the Blue Resort cabin used to be. They've added a dock. They've added a dock off the island. They even added a cabin off the island. Place to park boats. Lots of boating. Certainly fishing and boating is the big theme here. And a couple big houses. A huge storage shed. And that's definitely where they put it, folks. This looks like a nice little coastal beach fishing town. I told you they were going to do this. Okay, remember the double bus stops outside my favorite cabin? They are still here. But my favorite cabin, sadly enough, is gone. My favorite blue cabin actually used to sit where the road now is. They really knocked it out of the park as far as the fencing, the docks, imitating what beachfront houses would look like along the Atlantic coast. Look, somebody has their boat moored, dry docked and ready to go. Those look like crab nets. Remember, this is Maine, so crabbing is a big commodity out here. I like this. The steps down to the dock down here. And how deep is this? Deep enough to put a fishing boat. I wouldn't want to bring something too big in here. Run it aground. But these buildings are really pretty. This vacation cabin with the deck on stilts. Yeah, that would be a nice Airbnb for the weekend. If you're vacationing in Maine in the summer, you know that? I like it. I like it a lot. Oh, now this guy who lives here has bucks, you can tell. This guy works for Microsoft or some posh Boston Corporation, headquartered in Boston, and this is his getaway. I wouldn't even call it a cabin. Oh, one other thing I want to look at. This looks like a storage area, like a barn for storing and working on projects related to boat building or anything having to do with marine and maritime applications. So with that being said, that's the new coastal town, and I think that is the best addition to this map. So this is the old coastal road. They took away a lot of the trees, and it feels more open. So you get a more picturesque view of the Atlantic Ocean off to your southeast. Now we need to be very careful here, because when we come up to the turn, it attacks us with vengeance, and we could have easily landed up in the rocks or in the water. We're going to go into downtown Firwood. One of the first things you'll notice is, remember, it used to be a triangle where you had in and out on both sides. Now it's just a standard three-way intersection, which maybe makes a little bit more sense. Again, I like the directional signs, very realistic. Stop signs where you would expect to see them, so you have some sort of control of traffic. The buildings themselves don't look too different, but you notice they did change the crosswalks. They don't look like Abbey Road Beatles crosswalks anymore. Oh, look at that! Parallel parking spots with demarcation slats. That's pretty nice. And the other thing they did was they took great care to populate the insides of the shops. And that's one thing I'd like to do. I mean, I could theoretically do it anywhere, but we may as well step outside and do it now. Okay, outside of the truck, look at this. Look at this, look at this. We got shops with things in the windows. Looks like they are advertising jewelry with bracelets and rings and other things that are for sale. Pretty cool. But these are not two-dimensional and just painted in the window. You can actually go inside and look. It's part of, these aren't blank empty buildings anymore. They actually give them internal texture and let you walk inside, like you are inside the shop itself, looking outside at the street, kind of like the cafe or the diner in West Coast USA. They hadn't done, up until now, a good job with that, with the shops in East Coast USA, and finally they have. But whoa, what is this? Grass growing inside the store. All right, well, they need to work on that. And the first thing you'll notice that's uniquely different as we approach the church and come up to the main intersection is, whoa, our little town of Firwood has grown up and gotten traffic lights. Now that's pretty cool. Look at that. As we wait for our light to turn green. And they put another light over here. They've added some complexity to the traffic signal system by using offset lights. You can see that one turning yellow on the cross before it turns green over here. And let's go. We'll turn over here, take you through the back residential sections. This is the park. I guess that was some... Whoa. I need to concentrate on what I'm doing. See, I purposely missed or bypass the best part so I can save it for the end as a surprise. It's one of my favorite houses. That hasn't changed any. I don't think they've changed the colors on these. Oh, what's this? This looks new. I don't think I can drive in there, but... Oh, wow! Look at that! That's pretty cool. Hold on. Let me, we're gonna... Ooh. I'm gonna drive back through there. Because apparently... you can go places in here, and I didn't know it. That's pretty cool. I guess that's like the backyard past everyone's driveways over there. Yeah, you couldn't do that before. That's pretty cool. Excuse me, coming through. Then you can exit over here. If you don't like the way I drive, stay off the sidewalk. Remember I told you they were building a second gas station past the last building on the left? Well, here it is. We are headed northbound, and off to the northwest is another Nodal line. It kind of looks like Nodal line has a monopoly on all the gas in this area. Again, a convenience store. Ah, yeah, Nodal line. Similar structure. You can tell they use the same modeling for the gas station, only it doesn't have a service area. It just has parking spots. The island with the tree planters are similar, and then offset is the same red roof building with the 3 islands. Only in this case, instead of the convenience store being offset in this direction, it's offset over here, and there is no blue roof service bay. Nicely placed, and as I had said in the last time, they were able to retain this road that turned westbound, but they completely cut away all the vegetation that was here that hid all this area. And it would appear that where they had the dirt road going through, there's an access to it going eastbound this way, but you literally have to drive through the gas station to get to where the dirt road used to go. It's still here, and I imagine it still takes its circuitous path into the wilderness or the forest as before, but it actually becomes part of the gas station parking lot and crosses the street. As I run this red light and hope there's no cops around. Oh, run this red light. Hey, it's not my fault that the lights aren't green when I want them to be, right? Okay, turn over here. Mailboxes, no excuse for not getting your bills out on time. And we're going to exit out the northwest side of town, and I want to show you something else that's been done. Oh, look at this. Past the last of the houses, and then all of a sudden there's an opening and something completely new. Ooh, look at this. Feast your eyes on new, looks like the Firwood Fire and Police Department. We always knew they had fire and police. Well, they have to. Any self-respecting town has to have its own fire and police department. The only thing is they never made it so obvious where it was. Well, there it is. It's northwest of town. So, fire department operates out of there. I presume then the police department operates out of this side. Odd that there's no police cars parked there, but that's okay. They got their radio communications center. That's the new Ranger Watchtower on top of the mountain that I was telling you about in my last presentation. that you can see now. And speaking of which, we're going to drive up to that. Well, I think this looks pretty darn close. Uh-oh. Well, I see it off and up to our right. Here we go. Oh yeah, there it is. We're there. And that's as far as we can drive. And we'll stop the car, get out. We've got radio communication, communication control center. Of course, all this is off limits to the public. Climb up. Let's get up to the tower. Climb up to the top. There we go. Get a bird's eye view of everything. Come on inside. Have a look around. There you go. And from here, any fire that starts, you are certainly going to find it first. It is up in the mountains, as I said it would be. Off to the north is the police and fire station we were at earlier with the microwave transmission link. Over here, the residential part of Firwood. Over here, kind of hard to recognize parts of it. The church is over here. Can't really make out the traffic lights. West side, facing the farmlands. So theoretically, if a fire were to break out, you would see it from all directions, and that's the purpose of the lookout tower. Now, what I want to do is kind of back away from it real quick so you can get an idea relative to where we were. Remember I said it would be in the ridge, that they would do a cutaway. They had a dirt road and a paved road. And that's exactly what they did. They made a paved road for this section. Looks like they got rid of a dirt road or two. I know there was a dirt road on the east side. Now all they have is one paved road on the east side, but that's okay. Cut away certain parts to make room for other parts. But yeah, pretty much the ridge of the mountain is indeed where they put the lookout tower.